and welcome to Would I Lie to You, the only show where lying is an honest day's work. Let's get to it and meet the players. As a TV host, he's comfortable with breaking news, but he's here tonight to bend some truths. Team captain, Charlie Pickering. Joining Charlie, an icon of Aussie entertainment who's appeared on countless TV programs, radio shows, a ton of award ceremonies, not to mention his comedy specials, Dave Hughes. And a comedian who lost her driver's licence 4 times, hoping tonight for a win and I dare say a lift home. It's Oyama. After sellout shows and spending 30 years on TV, it's the team captain you can take to the bank, Mr. Frank Woodley. On Frank's team tonight, he's a co-host of Eurovision, described as the Olympics of song contests, making him the Bruce McAvaney of sequins. It's Joel Creasey. And also a Tasmanian senator and leader of the Jacqui Lambie network, a party that vows to keep the bastards honest. It's Jacqui Lambie. Here's how we play. Our teams will take turns reading stories. It's up to the opposing team to determine whether the story is true or a lie. The team with the most correct guesses wins. Simple. So to round 1, Home Truths, where panellists read out a statement from a card in front of them. To make things trickier, they've never seen the card before. They have no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fabrication. Hughesy, you are up first tonight. Take it off! Oh no, wrong show.
Let's focus on the show we're on.
Yes.
Now, here we go. Whew. I was once the face of a financial scam.
Frank's team.
Wow.
I think it's rough to call 2Day FM a financial scam.
Yes.
Tune in the morning, we may give you a Hyundai.
So some kind of financial scam used you. Tell us, how did that work?
It was years ago, absolutely, before I was well known. So when I'm saying I was the face of a financial scam, I was grassroots financial scam.
So how did it work?
I was on the dole for a number of years. And Centrelink did believe in me, but they didn't sponsor me enough. So I had to find other ways to make money, and one of those ways involved ripping off members of the public. It was an honest...
So you were the actual scammer?
Yeah, I would drive around to businesses mainly. Businesses, I would knock on the door of a business and I would walk into the business and say, would you like to save money off your telephone bill? And,
is anybody else getting the kind of this is bullshit vibe?
No, well, some at the time did as well, but no, I would say I'm from this company, and if you sign a cheque to me, it was back in the cheque days, if you sign a cheque for $49, and I will ensure that every month when you pay your telephone bill, a cheque will come to you in the mail, 10% refund. So which is, you know, you do the maths. It was a real saving.
Can I say, I know this is a financial scam, but whoever fell for that deserved it, all right? Anyone who cut a cheque for $49 to you because you walked in and said, I'll chip in for your phone bill every month.
Look, to be honest, at the time, I wasn't completely sure it was a scam.
Had you been, like, just recently kicked in the head by a donkey or something?
So who did they make the cheque out to? Because if it said Dave Hughes, I think you're in trouble.
It didn't say my name. It said the name of the company, but I would take the cheques back to the other people.
So what sort of cut did you get? You went back and you gave them the 49...
Yeah, I had some weeks where I made some serious cash. I made, in 1 week, almost $900. Yeah, it was incredible.
What cut did you get? Did you get 10% like the people didn't get?
No, I reckon I probably got 39 of the $49. And, yeah...
It sounds to me, as pyramid schemes go, you're close to the top.
How many other minions were there working for this godfather?
Oh, there's... when I went into the office, there was probably 20.
Hang on, they had an office?
Yeah, they had an...
Did you have a staff Christmas party?
All right, Frank's team, what do you think?
I mean, if it's true, it's so embarrassing.
Well, if it's true, it's really embarrassing because he has no idea of the business model. That's the first thing. So he's probably made no money, so I don't believe a word he's saying, to be honest.
Yeah, Jacqui's not disappointed that you've been incredibly dishonest, but you weren't organised enough.
What do you think, guys? Are you
So I'm
buying
feeling
this?
a lie. You think it's a lie? Do you think it's a lie?
Oh, yeah, I think he's crap at this show so far.
So not only are you a liar, but you're an untalented one. And so we're saying a lie.
All right, Hughesy, is that story true or a lie?
That story is... true!
He got you a good one!
If any of the people who I did rip off back in 1995 are watching, I apologise.
Of course, it is true. Early in his comedy career, Hughesy donned a suit and went door to door, unknowingly spruiking a telco scam. Joel, you are next.
When in Ukraine for Eurovision, I received a genuine marriage proposal from one of the contestants.
What nationality was the person who was so in love with you they wanted to spend the rest of their life with you?
I don't see nationality. Estonian.
So it's just that is kind of the point of Eurovision.
Did you feel that it was a genuine offer of proposal or a way of getting it out of Estonia?
I think it was more for the TV cameras, but was very flirty the entire time we were there.
I actually had a facial recently from a woman from Estonia, so...
Wow. Well, that is, I think, one of the world's greatest coincidences.
And did she ask you to marry her?
No, but she is married to an Australian man, so I think he's telling the truth.
And sorry, here's the facial recently,
Yeah.
OK? I'm kidding.
How did you respond to this possibly genuine, very flirty for the cameras proposal of marriage?
On the cameras, I said, of course, yes. But off the cameras, I said, no, I've got a boyfriend.
So did your boyfriend ever find out? Did he ever watch the footage, or...?
I flirt with all the hot male contestants backstage at Eurovision, and
That's
he did
just part of the job.
Yeah, I know. It's my cross to bear.
And I've obviously got to get a new job.
Have you ever had any proposals in Parliament?
I haven't had any proposals at all, mate.
Team, what are we thinking?
It sounds possible. He's a gorgeous man. He's a gorgeous man.
He is a gorgeous man.
He's a gorgeous man. That is true. I'm going to say false because you've sold it so well, Joel, like a little salesman.
So Nina thinks lie.
I think lie because it was so well sold.
Dave, you're a lover of romance.
I am. I want it to be true. I'm going to say it's true.
True.
It's one of each. You've
lie,
got the
true,
deciding
lie,
vote,
true,
Charlie.
lie.
Come on.
It's true.
Joel, is this story true or a lie?
This story is a lie.
This is why you should believe women.
Coming up, we set the stage for Senator Lambie's debut dance routine. Find out.
Welcome back to Would I Lie to You? Nina, it's your turn.
Okay. I partied too hard and I lost my gift for the bassoon.
OK.
Actually, what is a bassoon?
That is a great question.
It's a slang term for a well-endowed Estonian.
It's a wind instrument, isn't it?
It is a wind instrument.
Can you let Nina tell us what the things are?
It's like it's a wind instrument.
Is it a kazoo type?
No, that's no.
How big is a bassoon?
It's big.
Do you
It's
play
bigger
it like
than an
this?
oboe, which is like a baby bassoon.
Can you guys shut up?
There's cheating going on here.
If this game is does Charlie know what a bassoon is, then I think it's true.
Yeah.
It's a big clarinet. Is that a fair...
It's sort of.
Do you
It's
blow
got
the
like
end
a
of it
big-
like a clarinet, or is it more like an oboe sort of thing?
Oh, Frank.
So what? How do you...
If you could play two oboes at once, like.
Oh, God.
I feel like I'm at, like, Christmas lunch.
What is a bassoon?
Let's just assume that it's an instrument.
Okay.
And she used to play it, and miraculously she lost her gift for it.
You party too hard.
Yes.
What was the party?
Well, the thing is, like, when you play bassoon, you need to use your mouth, like, a lot.
Well
And
spotted.
that's right, and there's a
well
word
spotted.
for that. There's a word for that that people who play the bassoon know, and that is to have the correct...
Mouth position.
Isn't it embouchure? Isn't it?
Did you play the bassoon? He's been foxing this whole time.
This guy. Oh, I don't know what a bassoon is. Oh, now I know all the technical terms. What's with you, man?
OK, for 15 years I was a professional bassoon player, and I didn't want to talk about it.
That is true.
But what was the word, though? What was the word?
What did you say?
You either know the word and you're
What do you
pretending
do?
not
What
to
is
know
this?
it so that then it seems like it's a lie.
Well, tell us the word.
The word is embouchure. Isn't it how you
I
control
thought
your
it
lips
was
and your...
embouchure.
OK, well, that's good.
That's good. This is good.
Good, OK.
All right, what happened?
Well, basically, you have to practice the bassoon in order to, like, stay good at it.
Yeah.
And over the summer, I just was like, screw that. I don't want to do that.
So at what point did you realise that you'd lost your gift for the bassoon?
It was the first day back at orchestra. And actually, prior to partying a lot, I had decided I wanted to be a professional bassoonist before the summer, and so I had practiced a lot to get to first chair of the orchestra. And the first day that I was first chair, I blew the bassoon and nothing came out. And I had to, it's like...
Yeah, shocking moment.
Yeah.
Who was previously in the first chair? Because I already hate them.
It was Stephanie Tan.
Mole.
She was actually really nice.
Oh, damn it.
Nina, did you ever pick up a bassoon again after this?
I did, actually. And actually, I could play it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a happy ending.
So if anyone
All right,
has
Frank's team, are you buying any of this?
Do you think that she lost her gift for the bassoon? Partying too hard?
No, I think she's lying.
OK.
Oh, no. I think she's telling the truth, but if she's lying, it's really convincing.
Yeah.
Jacqui, you think everyone's lying all the time?
Years in politics will do that to you.
Yeah, I mean, years in politics.
What are we going with, team?
I'm thinking when I said embouchure and you were like, what's embouchure? And then you said it's pronounced embouchure. For me, I think it's true.
We're going with true.
This has been a big night for bassoons.
Nina, is this story true or a lie?
It is true.
You cheeky squirrel. It is indeed true. After a summer of fun and no practice, Nina's time with the Sydney Youth Orchestra, no less, was over when she forgot how to play the bassoon. Jacqui Lambie, you are up next.
Okay. To celebrate the passing of important legislation, I perform a special dance that my staffers like to refer to as doing the Lambie.
When did it start?
About the end of 2014, I think.
So what was the first piece of legislation that you cut a rug to?
So the first piece of legislation that we got a heap of money for was for the freight equalisation scheme for the Bass Strait, Tasmania, to lower the costs of freight going to and from Tasmania for Tasmanian consumer businesses.
Well done.
Yeah.
Makes you want to do this.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to stay in your seat after hearing that.
Listen.
And lower the cost of the freight.
How many pieces of legislation have you danced to?
Well, I'm very successful. There'd be hundreds.
Wow, you were a very effective parliamentarian,
You have
aren't you?
no idea.
I think we've established he has no idea. Did you dance to music?
No, I don't need anything to make me dance apart from when I'm celebrating a wing and...
Are we so impressed by this person? I am really impressed by her.
Oh, I think there's something that could definitely impress me more. It's to see the Lambie.
Yes. Finally. Now, Jacqui, I know that you said you don't need music. Do you need, like, a rhythmic applause? Maybe some applause?
Lambie, 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 Lambie.
Even as a vegan, I feel like chicken tonight.
All right, Charlie's team. You've seen the Lambie. You've heard the story. Is this true or a lie?
Well, are you convinced by the Lambie?
Yeah. I just see no reason why it should be a lie.
Other than the premise of the entire TV show.
I mean, when you say it like that...
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm here to win. Yeah.
I'm here as a +1. But Jacqui always votes lie. And now I'm like, if I want to get Jacqui, I've got to think like Jacqui. I've got to get into the mind of the Lambie.
OK, so get into the
Don't
mind of the
go there,
Lambie.
you won't come back out.
I'm going to say lie. I'm saying lie.
Oh, come on. No.
So Dave really believes it's true.
No, I stake my whole reputation on this one. And it's worth a lot.
Oh, Dave, stake something worthwhile.
No, you've got to go with you. Guys, trust me, this is true. Come on, Charlie, we go way back.
Yeah, Dave, I will say, Dave has seldom steered me wrong. It's true.
Oop. OK, Jacqui Lambie, is that story true or a dirty big lie?
Well, I'm a politician. It would be a dirty big lie.
It is, of course, a lie. Doing the Lambie isn't real. I'm really sad about it. I, however, will be performing it on a wedding dance floor very, very soon. Coming up, what if I told you that one of our celebrities threw their favourite teacher a happy breast reduction party? Who could it be? I'll share the answer next on Would I Lie to You? Welcome back to you. And before the break, I asked which of our panellists threw their favourite teacher a happy breast reduction party. And the answer is, of course, Joel Creasey.
Yeah, I really did.
What happened?
She was my wonderful grade 9 English teacher, and she was one of those teachers that always treated us like equals, not students. So she told us, and I thought, you know, I love an event. So we threw a happy breast reduction party for her. And she loved it. Honestly, she did love it.
I bet she did.
Yeah.
Frank, you are up next with your home truth.
The phrase, "You may now kiss the bride," led to the worst kiss of my life.
Where were you when this happened?
I was on a hillside.
So were you at a wedding?
I was at a wedding, yes.
Yeah, but it was obviously your wedding, was it?
It was my wedding, yes.
So...
It was on a hillside, yes. Yes, the phrase, "You may now kiss the bride," led to the worst kiss of my life.
Everyone's watching you there with your new bride. You wanted to have that picture-perfect moment, and what happened? You just missed, did you?
I didn't miss, no, but it was just like... my wife is considerably shorter than me.
Yep.
Were you smart and put her uphill?
No.
Did you put her uphill so you'd be on the same level?
No, we didn't. We had... in fact, I think we were... I'm trying to remember, or possibly make it up.
Wait, how tiny is your wife?
It was actually...
But you had kissed her before. It wasn't the first kiss, was it?
No, it wasn't the first kiss. I don't know what went wrong. We'd been living together for 7 years.
Yeah.
In sin?
Yeah. We've been...
Unbelievable. Sorry, I was not told That's the sort of person I was working with.
We'd been, you know, there'd been a lot going on because it was an outdoor wedding and it was raining, so a lot of things thinking about. And then it just came to that moment, and I realised in that moment we hadn't planned how we were going to do this, and I just became very self-conscious. And I thought, how kissy do you go?
Tongues or no tongues?
Definitely no tongues.
No tongues?
But no, not at the wedding. Did you?
Hughesy, gross.
I think you're married.
Yeah,
I'm with these guys.
I went to Hughesy's wedding and there was tongues and even a little bit of...
But can I just say to my children, he didn't go to my wedding, all right? So,
No
and he won't be going to his next wedding either.
I just had this weird, awkward glitch happen. And I thought, lift her up. So, scoop her up and lift her up and then kiss like that. That'll be so beautiful. You'll be taking her in your arms, you know.
You went to scoop her up.
I went, oh, I don't want to crink her neck back or something. And I went, I'll scoop her up. And as I went down, I went, that'll be demeaning. So I went like this. Like that. Actually, Jacqui, could you stand up? Would you want to stand here?
You're not going to try and kiss me, are you, mate? Because it didn't work well for you the first time.
I proposed to you earlier and you said no, and that's...
Frank, is this a realistic height difference between you and your wife?
Married.
No, my wife's actually even a bit shorter than Jacqui.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe...
You guys want to come around the front so that we can really get a good look?
helping demonstrate? Is that okay? So that was just like, so I think we're holding hands.
Oh, lovely.
And then, actually, would you mind saying you may now...
Certainly, yes, I will.
Can I say, hang on, do we need an intimacy coach here or not?
We do.
Is Jacqui comfortable? We need to know Jackie's comfortable.
Jacqui is comfortable. You're comfortable. Oh, I'm not.
By the way,
she's looking at me going, actually, I'm not that comfortable.
Yeah, Frank, my understanding is you don't get to say, you're comfortable, aren't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Jackie's comfortable. Don't ask Jacqui. Jackie's comfortable.
Are you comfortable, Jacqui?
Oh, it's been 20 years, I'm bloody comfortable, trust me. That's fine.
You may now kiss the bride. No, you don't have to do that, Jacqui.
Oh, he's going to pick me up.
Oh, it's turned into the Titanic. Yes. Wonderful.
Very good.
All right, Charlie's team, what do you think? Is this true or a lie?
What do you think?
I'm going true.
You believe it?
That was beautiful. Yeah, I was sold by the romance in the theatre.
Don't get me wrong. If Frank and Jacqui ever get married, absolutely tickety-boo. Lover of romance, Dave Hughes?
This happened. This happened.
Well,
What do you
I mean, obviously, and if it turns out to be a lie, you've just brought shame on your marriage. So, we're going to say that it's true.
Come on, come on.
Frank Woodley, is this story true or a lie?
Of course it's true.
It's true. It is true. And because of it, these days, Frank's wife doesn't go anywhere without a stepladder. Stick around for more Would I Lie to You? Welcome back. Our next round is called This Is My. It's where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Frank's team will claim it is them that has the genuine connection to our guest. It's up to Charlie's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please give a warm welcome to this week's special guest, Stavros. Joel, how do you know Stavros?
This is Stavros. Stavros is my hairstylist who leads a global team of hairdressers whose job it is to keep me perfectly groomed at all times, no matter where I am.
Jacqui, who is Stavros to you?
Not much these days, but... This is Stavros, and I had the pleasure in sacking Stavros because he got pushy at the delicatessen in my local supermarket.
Ooh. And finally, Frank, who is Stavros to you?
This is Stavros. Good to see you again, Stavros. Stavros, I've missed you, Stavros. This is Stavros, and I accidentally took his luggage from the airport, and then soon after that, I discovered that we're distantly related.
Really? Well, there we have it. Is Stavros Joel's hair hookup, Jacqui's Q jumper, or Frank's luggage loser? Charlie's team, let's start with questions to Joel.
How long has he been doing your hair?
8 years.
Always works on your hair. He's in charge of your hair, Joel?
Yeah, no one else. Unless I'm overseas, in which case he'll find me the right person.
Can I say your hair looks amazing? Well done, Stavros.
I thought you were going to say, may I say, your hair looks amazing. Stavros, on the other hand.
So, when has he hooked up a haircut for you overseas?
When I went to Europe over Christmas, he hooked me up with a salon in Paris. Which sounds so wanky, I realise, as I'm saying it, but very on brand.
Do you know that salon is French for salon?
Let's direct our next questions to Jacqui.
Jacqui, how do you know Stavros again?
Yeah, so I know Stavros because I had to sack him from my campaign because he pushed in line at my local deli.
Had he started working for you before you sacked him?
Yes, he had started working for me.
It's generally how it works.
It's true, that checks out. That definitely checks out.
Excuse me, we've got a job interview coming up next week. You're fired.
Jacqui, how did he take the news when you had to break it to him that he was no longer employed by you?
I didn't really care, to be honest, because I just thought he was a big bully. Out the door you go.
So how long had he worked for you before the supermarket bullying incident?
About 8 weeks.
About 8 weeks. What was his job?
His job was campaigning. It was before the last election.
Which deli was it? Was it a Salamanca Fresh or a Hill Street? That's right, I've been to Tasmania.
She's only been to the rich parts, obviously. There's not many on there. It was called the IGA, baby, the IGA.
Oh.
All right, and on that note, Frank.
OK, so Frank, who is Stavros again?
Stavros is distantly related to me, and I discovered this when I accidentally took his luggage.
What sort of luggage was it?
It was a suitcase.
Geez, that's good. You're good. What airport was this at?
It was actually at the Hobart Airport. It's all there. Well, I just want to say, if I'd told my story first, he would be laughing like that at Jacqui.
How did you work out he was related to you?
I went down there for a funeral, which was my auntie's funeral. Maureen Papanicolaou is a legend of the Hobart theatre scene.
That's correct.
She runs a theatre. She did run a theatre called the Peacock Theatre, which is in Salamanca Place. She was an absolute legend there for about 30 years. She went there in her early 20s, and then for about 30 years she ran the theatre.
Are you part Greek?
No, but her husband is Greek. Her husband, whose name is Peter. What did I say her surname? It was either Papanicolaou or Maniatis. I can't remember. Papanicolaou.
That's it.
Her husband is
So you
Greek.
saw this bloke at the funeral?
Yes, because he is Peter's brother.
This bloke is your dead auntie, and God rest her soul, her husband's brother.
Yes.
So that would put him at, what, 80, 85 years old?
No, they have a big family, and he's one of the younger. Yeah. And also, Maureen married a child. No. I got the suitcase from the airport and I opened it up and I realised I had the wrong suitcase. We've only got about an hour to get there. Can't go like this. Oh, there's a suit there. I went, maybe it fits. I put on the suit and it was a little bit small for me, but I thought, I reckon I can get away with this. So I wore like a slightly too small suit and I got to the funeral and there was Stavros in a slightly too big suit.
Before we move on, do we want to see Stavros in your jacket and you in Stavros's jacket to see if you could have pulled it off at the funeral.
Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah.
Let's do the jacket
Let's
swap.
do it. Jacket swap.
Stavros, do you
Stavros,
mind
is that
removing
okay?
your jacket? Is that okay? Can you remove your jacket? Okay.
There's no way. Look how
Wow,
fit...
you're in good shape, Stavros.
yeah.
Stavros is a real...
You're in great shape for an 85-year-old man, I tell you.
Okay, that jacket
Yes.
would work. Absolutely. A little bit David Byrne from Talking Heads. Let me see, Frank. Yes. Maureen would absolutely love that.
So sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's gone through.
Yeah, having seen this, I absolutely believe Frank is bigger than Stavros. 100%.
All right.
100% believe that.
We need an answer. So Charlie's team, is Stavros Joel's hair hookup, Jacqui's queue jumper, or Frank's long-lost relative luggage loser?
I mean, my question is, do you believe any of these people?
I don't.
absolutely
I
no.
do. Jacqui, I don't believe because I saw Stavros with, you know, without a jacket on, and there's no way Jacqui would sack someone that fit.
Jacqui.
Yeah, I tell you what, Columbo over here is onto something.
And I think there's a connection between Joel and Stavros.
I think we're going to go with Joel. Stavros is Joel's hair hookup.
All right, Stavros, go ahead and reveal your real identity.
I'm Stavros, and I make sure Joel's hair is perfectly groomed.
I love you. The best in the biz.
I'm sorry. So gorgeous. It is, of course, true. Joel has a network of hairdressers around the world.
How did a gay man establish a network of hairdressers?
That hair, Stavros, that is brilliant hair, man. You have done well. You know what? You know, you don't focus on yourself, you focus on others.
Everybody put your hands together for the magnificent Stavros. We will be back in a jimmy. Okay, it's time to ramp up the pace and play Quickfire Lies. These guests have no idea what they are about to read on the card in front of them. It could be a true tale from their lives or a tall tale we just made up. Jacqui, the chamber is yours.
Beautiful. I once committed a crime while inside a divvy van.
Oh!
Awesome.
So that's two crimes. One to get you in the divvy van, another crime while you're in the divvy van.
It's bloody legendary, isn't it, Hughes?
What got you in the divvy van in the first place?
You know, I might have been a little bit young and, you know, we may have been walking down the fish and chip shop with a couple of bottles of Stones and Spearmanty and... and then, I don't know, but somebody must have rang the police and, anyway, the next thing, the police were standing outside.
You ended up inside the divvy van and then there was another crime?
Yeah, what was the crime you committed inside the divvy van?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I had a big jacket on eating my fish and chips and I may have had another bottle stuck down here in my other jacket, right? So, because they'd taken one bottle off me, I thought, well, I'm going to get charged for that. In the meantime, I had to get rid of this bottle. So what I did was I opened the door quickly, just shoved it under there. Unfortunately, it rolled under the back wheel. So when they took off, it went over the bottle and the bottle went pop and smashed their tyre and then they were really pissed with Jacqui Lambie.
Was the second crime you committed littering or damaging a police property?
Yeah, the rap sheet was... there might have been a few on that rap sheet.
But for all the young women watching tonight, this is the way to get to Parliament.
Yeah, well, you have to start somewhere, Hughesy.
This is true.
Charlie's team, what do you think? True or a lie?
Well, I think Jackie's definitely lived a life.
Yes.
I think that's true.
And
Are
Hughesy
you
already
right?
has said that he thinks it's
Well, I
true.
think it's true, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, I reckon it's true. I don't know, it just seems true. So I've been like a 15-year-old girl and like I've stashed stuff in the jacket. Like that's such a
Yeah, we've all
move.
been
Like,
15-year-old girls.
It's so true.
Well, let the record show. I disagree.
Oh.
Sometimes it's the only way you'll learn.
Yeah. No, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this.
That is true.
Is it true or made up?
Well, that would be... You lay me a drink in the middle there, and it's true.
course true. The senator for the state of Spumante. Hughesy, you're up next.
After my stand-up show, I once bought dinner for an audience member to get to the bottom of why she didn't like me.
See, I feel if that was the case, you'd be buying a lot of dinners.
I was going to say, is he broke?
But that's because, you know, as Gandhi said, you can't please everyone. Did Gandhi say that?
No, he did not.
That is a great way to get a free dinner, though. Like, just go to Hughesy's show and just...
Yes.
Free food.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're only, you know, getting your own money back.
Paint the picture for me.
I actually bought her a kebab. It wasn't a whole dinner.
Oh, you...
So it was like...
What
when
a
I say it was like, I
cheapskate.
bought her dinner, she was outside and she said I didn't like the show, and I said, well, come on.
How did you make the offer? So she said, you're that unfunny guy I just spent money to see and didn't laugh at.
She said, I just saw you and I was expecting to be, you know, just showered in compliments. Can I say to anyone who's just seen a comedian, don't just say, I just saw you, unless you are going to follow that up with, you were great. And we don't care whether you're lying or not, just say it. So she said, I just saw you. And I'm like, and? She said, didn't love it.
There was a kebab van, was there?
No, it was a vent. No, it was a stationary kebab house.
A kebab shop.
So what did you have in a kebab? Did you
She had chicken kebab.
No, did you have tabbouleh, onion, garlic sauce?
She
You bought
ordered it.
for
I
her.
just paid for it. I didn't, you know, I wasn't there when they were ticking the boxes on the bag. I mean, I wasn't like, you know, she ordered what she wanted. They ticked where they tick, and then she had chips as well, to be honest.
So, no, the most important thing is, why didn't she like your show?
Well, because she's an idiot.
All right, Frank's team, do you believe Hughesy?
Oh, I certainly believe that there would be people who saw Hughesy and didn't laugh. I mean, no, I don't mean...
It's not mean. It's just mean. It's mean. That's mean.
What is
It's
mean?
just because nobody makes everybody happy all the time.
You know, this is a man who's desperate for approval.
Yeah,
We can confirm.
I've never known anyone more needy in my life than Dave Hughes.
Somebody said, didn't like your show, and you said, I'll buy you a kebab, and you tried to win her over. I believe that's true. Yeah, so based on that, I think we're in agreement. We think it's true.
Hughesy, is this story true or a lie?
It is a lie.
Should have just stuck to my guns.
Nice.
It's a lie, but so very possible. Stick around for more Would I Lie to You? Welcome back. Next round is Could It Be, where our teams are given a general statement that has nothing to do with them, and they've got to decide whether it is lies or legit. Charlie's team, you are up first.
Bring it on.
And your statement is thus. Humans, that's us, share
That's us.
60% of our DNA with bananas. That's these.
Do you know, it's funny because I bruise quite easily. Not funny enough? I brought my A game on that. All right, you get up and improvise about fucking bananas.
True or a lie?
I don't know if it's true, but I bruise quite easily.
Could it be that humans share the majority of their DNA with...
No, it's interesting. Like, at first you think, well, that sounds ridiculous, but maybe we've got 60% DNA in common with everything on the planet.
It's not a weird, confusing thing with the statistics thing. Like, you know how statistics are weird? Like they say, you know, the average human has one testicle and one breast. That kind of weird... how statistics can...
So by your...
Science books you're reading.
I've got 2 testicles and 2 breasts.
I've got 8 breasts, but my father was a piggy.
Anyway, let's get back to the point. The point of the show He's working out what's true and what's lies. What do you think, Nina?
I think this whole show is bananas.
I think we go with true. I think we're going to go with true. Because when I get undressed, I do it like that.
We're locking in true. Is that right? I don't know.
Yeah, we're locking in true.
We're locking in true.
This statement is, in fact, true. Humans do share 60% of our DNA with bananas. Frank's team, it's your turn. Tabby is a dating app exclusively for cat owners.
I would believe that. There's an app for everything. And also, gay men, we pioneered the dating app with Grindr. And then the lesbians followed with the Bunnings store locator app. And then on from there. So, absolutely, there'd be a tabby.
How the bloody hell does a tabby swipe left and right?
They extend their claws first.
No, it's not for cats. It's for owners of cats. You can just see it.
Jacqui, you ask the questions other people are afraid to ask.
All right, just to be clear, Tabby is a dating app exclusively for cat owners.
But so is it like...
I've only got a dog. What about the doggy app? How am I
Well,
supposed
you're
to get
not on that app.
You can find doggy on any app.
So we're thinking, it feels like quite true.
Right.
Good, we think it's true. We think there's definitely an app for cats.
Okay. No, for cat owners.
Well, that's not it. It wasn't that.
Meow!
All right. Let's put everyone out of their misery. That statement is, in fact... true. Tabby is the cat person's dating app. This is true, and their slogan is, "The time is meow."
Perfect.
Oh, and that noise signals time is up. It is the end of the show, and I can reveal that tonight's winner is Charlie's team. That's it for Would I Lie to You. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, speak truth from your heart and lies through your teeth. Good night.